I'm not sure if that's good. I just want to show you guys what I look like now. That's how long my hair is. Wow. That's how long my hair is right now. Hopefully I'm going to be getting a hairdo after my birthday in June. I want it curly. I've decided I'm going to have, you know, a perm. And I'm currently 9 stone and a few pounds. I'm sorry about the terrible lighting, so you might not be able to see properly. And this keeps going dark, that's the problem. Let me, I don't know, see if I can do something about that. My last phone didn't have that exposure thing, it just went light in the dark area and darker in the light areas. But this one keeps going dark even when it's sort of in the dark areas like now. I think I've stopped it now by tapping the screen. So yeah, I don't want a haircut just yet, I just want to get it permed, see what it looks like permed. And then I'll probably tell them to just trim it or something. And trim the layers. Because if I like it like this without it cutting or layered, then obviously I still need to have a trim because it's not been cut now for like a year. So since August last year, I think, or July. Sorry, July. It was July last year when I last had it trimmed and cut into a proper style. So I think it looks nice like this, but it just gets in my face, this bit. So I'll probably, I don't know, maybe I'll leave it that length, like I say, and just have a trim. So when it's curly, it'll be just like off my face anyway, being bunched. Bunched, as I call it, being big hair. Bunchy, big hair, fluffy hair. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to my birthday. I'm looking forward to having my hair done. I love my hair as it is now. My mum said how nice it was looking lately. And she thinks I'm going to ruin it with a perm. But I just really, although I do like it the way it looks now, I have to always pin it back and it looks horrible when it's pinned back, so I just thought it would look better curly. I do like the way it looks like this, but I've had straight hair for ages now and I really want to change. Really want it curly. So that's how I look. This is like, I just put this over the top because this is very low cut and I get a chill on my chest, so. It turns out to be warm today anyway. It's a more fitted top so you can see better. I'm not wearing my bum enhancer because it's gone to wash. I usually wear one of them, but this being sort of baggier pants and the leggings kind of makes it look like I've got a bigger bum and bigger hips and bottom half, but really I've got a smaller bottom half than top half. I'm very top heavy and middle heavy, so that's also a problem. So that's my weight update. So my goal weight, like I promised you in the last video, I would tell you how I've lost weight and my goals and everything. I told you my goals in the last description of last video. I don't want to give too much away in the description of last video. Hey, I've just realised I'm wearing the same outfit as I was in that video, but this is actually like a month later or something. So this is what I've been doing to lose weight, in case you're wondering and want to try the same thing. It may or may not work for you, but it's worked for me. But I gained weight deliberately, as you know. And how I did that was, I just ate a lot at night. That seemed to work, eating a lot at night. I ate a lot during the day and it didn't really work. But then when I wanted to lose weight again, when I changed my mind and thought, you know, I look horrible now, what I did was I just ate less at night or nothing at night. I tried first eating less at night. It didn't really work. So I had to start not eating at all. So that's really sucks for me because I absolutely love eating at night. I love my suppers. I usually eat about 10 o'clock. I usually eat dinner between 6 and 8 at night, and then I have supper, which is like a late night sort of meal. Usually just a smaller meal. But even the smallest amount seems to keep me bigger, or the same weight, you know. So like now, if I started having suppers now, I'd probably start to creep up, even if I had just little bits of food. So at the moment, I've just been having snacks at night if I'm really hungry, if I can't stand it. but it seems to keep me the same weight, so I've got to just have nothing at all. And I've also been having a Slim Fast weight loss shake, and also Herbalife. But the Herbalife that I was bought was revolting, and I just can't eat it because it's vanilla. And I like the cafe latte one or the cappuccino one. I don't really like the cafe latte in the Slim Fast, so I've decided in future I'm gonna have it. You know, I'm gonna keep. I don't want to waste it. I'm gonna have it, even though it's not very nice. It's kind of okay, but it's not really the best. But once I've finished with that one, on nearer, the time when it sort of reduces, I'm gonna get a strawberry version, because I think it would be really nice. My mum told me not to get the strawberry because she said it was really sweet. But if I just put less powder in, it should be less sweet. So if you want to get the strawberry one, I guess I would recommend like just 1 little tablespoon instead of like 2, because it tells you on the tin to put 2 in. And I did that with the cafe latte, and it was so strong and it was so revolting I couldn't have it. So I've been just doing 1 to kind of lessen the taste. It's just too strong for me. Whereas in the Herbalife, the cafe latte it just has a nicer taste and not so strong. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm not wearing my tail or ears or anything. I've not been really wearing my tail lately. I've been wearing my ears to go out and stuff, but not today, because I went round the neighbourhood today when I went out, so I don't really like to wear my ears. I never wear my tail out, but I don't really like to wear my ears around this area, because as you know, I get a lot of hassle from the local kids, and they call me Wolfie, and they howl at me, and every time that I dress like a wolf, in my stuff, whether they see me or not, actually, they always seem to know somehow, like telepathically know that I'm wearing my wolf stuff, and they always head right to me and start harassing me in my own garden. Lately, I've not been really doing that, but they've actually come in and smashed the car. 2 windows, not at the same time, separate incidents. Not sure if it was the same people, probably was. But luckily I got good footage. I just happened to be in my bedroom when I heard voices, and I thought, it sounds awfully close, so I thought I'll look out my mum's bedroom window, because that looks out directly on the car and the drive. So I looked out and I saw these girls coming up, and I thought, I wonder what they're doing. I tried to get the camera up and running. First I got it so it was facing me, I thought, oh shit, so I had to stop it, turn it round and start again, which takes ages. Luckily they hadn't done anything by then. I opened the curtains just slightly and I just recorded. And I actually saw her come up to the car, get something, and smash the car window, so I got really good footage of that. And I happened to be going out that day, and as I was going out the gate, I saw a policeman going by, and the one we know. They've dealt with us before, when we've had problems with kids in it before, and he happened to be just cruising by in his sort of anonymous car, but he had the uniform on, and I recognised him, so I thought, I went like this because the gate was it was locked. I hadn't locked it yet, but I just got his attention. I went like this and jumped up and down, and he backed up and he parked for some reason on the other side of the street. So I unlocked the gate and I came out and I told him all what happened, and I showed him the video, and he got some screenshots on his phone from the video, and he caught them that day. I was really pleased, but unfortunately, nothing has come of it. They have taken them down to the station and had a talk with them, but that's about it. And they're going in some kind of youth rehab thing. But we're not getting any money as compensation or an apology. But apparently the parents are appalled. So I'm quite surprised that they've not wanted to come and apologise. But they don't even live around here, They've come from another town to do that, which is weird. Normally the ones from around here that are, because they know about me and stuff, and call me Wolfie and stuff. As you know, I've been sort of dressing as a wolf, and I discovered I was Ethereum when I was about 17, since I decided to be a wolf for Halloween. So yeah, ever since then they've sort of been harassing me. They were harassing both me and my mum before then, and then it kind of died off, and unfortunately I started dressing as a wolf and howling and stuff, and that's when they discovered me doing that. And then of course I'm weird and strange for doing that. They already thought I was strange before, because they already knew I was different somehow, and they used to think that the wall was built and the gate was locked specifically to keep me in, which is ridiculous. It was already like that when we moved in. Oh no, don't start doing that again, it's doing the light and dark thing again. But yeah, so when I was a kid they used to think that I was strange anyway, and the wall was built to keep me in. and that I never go out, which back as a kid I didn't. The only time I went out was with my mum. I didn't really wander the streets on my own like other kids get to do. Even when I was a teenager, I had to be always accompanied by my mum or another adult or even another kid. Like if I was with a friend, my mum was cool with me going out for a walk or whatever, but I still didn't really do that often. I only did it once with a friend. I decided to surprise a friend with a walk one day. I told her that I talked to my mum about it and I got her to agree to let us go for a walk. I did this because my friend seemed to be quite bored with coming here and visiting. She actually exclaimed that she was bored on one visit and saying that, her friend does all these exciting things or whatever. Lets her play on the computer and whatnot, which, we're not really allowed to do here. When she came, I actually got us banned from the computer because every visit she'd just want to go on the computer and she'd ignore me and I would just sit there bored while she was sort of chatting to her friends or playing games or whatever on my computer. So I got my mum to ban us from the computer when she was visiting. And I thought she would take any notice if I said I didn't want to do it. So I thought if I tell her that we're just banned, like my mum banned us, I thought she'd take more notice to that. So I actually got us banned from the computer deliberately. Because while she was bored because she wasn't going on the computer, I was bored because I was just sat there doing nothing while she was playing on the computer and I got bored watching her chat to her mates. So apparently she got banned from her own computer at her own house, so... she basically came here to use my computer, basically. She didn't say that, but obviously it was obvious that that's why she used to visit. So she got really bored one day and she, like I say, she basically called me a terrible friend and called me boring and not entertaining enough. So although I kind of felt like really bad about that, as in I felt like I was a crappy friend and I felt like I was boring. And after that I didn't enjoy our visits anymore because I felt like, I felt like there was like a lot of pressure on me to entertain her and stuff. So that's when I decided, you know what, I'm going to arrange for us to go for a walk. So I did. I arranged for us to go for a walk just around like the local area, like around the block, so to speak. And she just ruined it. She would not stop arguing. She had this attitude on her. She was just so... I don't know how to describe it really, but she was just really... She seemed in a really foul mood. And I asked her to carry one thing. I had about 3 things to carry. She had, like, nothing. So I asked her if she'd carry just one thing. So I'd have 2 things and she'd have one thing. And she refused to help. She said, well, you brought it with you, so you should carry it. I brought these things with me for a reason. You've got nothing, so you could help carry them. I basically carried the lock and chain. I'm not sure why. I presume it's because I didn't want to unlock the gate and then just put it back in the house. So I carried it with me. I carried a walking stick and probably my bag or something. And I just asked her to carry the lock and chain. I carried these things for like, self-defense if we got attacked or something. My mum told me to take the lock and chain for the same reason, but I mainly took the lock and chain with me because, couldn't be bothered coming back and putting it in, so I know, I wish I'd brought all that stuff now. But yeah, so she just refused to help and she was just being really awkward. Needless to say, not long after that really, we stopped being friends, but for a separate incident that happened. I'll tell you about that one real quick. So she was with a friend and she was hanging around right next door to here where the church is. And I tried to get her attention and said, oh, hi. But she was trying to make it out like I wasn't there. And she was trying to sort of greet me quietly so a friend didn't know I was there. I think she was ashamed of me. So I went, hi, really loud. And she got really mad at me. So I said, well, it seems like you're ashamed of me in front of your friends. So... I didn't understand why you didn't want to stop and chat and make it obvious, like you were friends with me and chat with me and stuff. And she just said she was getting home quick because she had to get home or something. She didn't really want to stop and chat, but I didn't believe her because she was hanging around there for ages. So I didn't really believe that she really had to get home fast because her mum was expecting her or anything. Anyway, she blamed me and then we ended up having this argument on the phone and then she said, I never want to see you again, never want to speak to you again, and that was it. And so yeah, she basically tried to blame me. and yeah, we had this argument. She said that, but we did chat on the MSN back when we had MSN Messenger. So we started chatting on that quite often, like every day. Even though she said she never wanted to speak to me again, we continued to chat on Messenger, but she never came to visit again. And we did chat at the gate one time when she was passing, and my mum invited her to come in and have a cup of tea. But it never happened. I gave her my email address. This was a couple of years later, I think. And I was gonna try and get the friendship up and going again, but it didn't happen. I gave her my email address, but she never contacted me, and I had no way of contacting her. Anyway, she just recently sort of friended me on Facebook, but she's not messaged me at all. I'm just wondering if I should message her, but I kind of want to apologise, because I will admit that it was like partly my fault, like why we broke up our friendship. I shouldn't have done what I did, which was I ignored her phone calls that day when she was supposed to be coming and visiting. She would always ring first before she came to say, is it okay to come now? And I would say yes. And I kind of ignored her. I only did that because my mum told me to do that because of how she acted with the friends and stuff. So I kind of felt bad about that. Like I should have picked up the phone and we should have just discussed it like normal civilized human beings. But I will admit that I probably acted a bit immature too.